What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Mash and Drum Whiskey Room. It is Whiskey Wednesday night. It is the opening night for Blendageddon. The Franken Blends are here just in time for nice chill in the air. October, Halloween coming around. Halloween coming close. Probably will be here a lot sooner than we think. But we have 7 blends going against each other tonight. We're also this special guy right here, the new Master's Keep from Wild Turkey. This is the Unforgotten, a blend of Kentucky straight bourbon and rye whiskeys finished in rye cask. We're gonna be this. I haven't tasted it yet. I haven't smelled it yet. I haven't done shit with it yet. So tonight you're gonna get first impressions, first nose, first everything with this bottle here tonight. I'll be doing a full review of this, which you guys will see Monday. But I feel like let's get first impressions. First pours, second pours really don't, they really don't mean a ton to me. I think, first impression definitely gives off what it could be. But by the time I get to do the review, it'll be, probably like third or fourth pour to give it like a true review. So, yeah, we'll do first impressions of that tonight. And then in the second hour, we're going to be getting into the first round of Blendageddon. This is, like I said, the Franken Blends. We have seven blends going head-to-head tonight. The top three of those blends make the final round, which will not just be me, but also someone else. It's just going to be me tonight and me for the second round. But to choose the winner of the Franken Blends of Blendageddon, we'll have a special guest judge to be named later. So let me say hi to everybody in the chat. What is going on? We already have 230, 40, 60 people coming in. What is going on, everybody? Nice to see everybody here tonight. Definitely miss you guys. It's been a crazy last week or so. So just trying to catch up with everything, guys. So welcome in. Let's see here. Who do we got? Keith Thompson just became a new member. Danny Lynn. Thank you so much, Keith. John Farron's having some Bartow Chateau de Scooby-Doo. Good job. Tim Gorgeous is in the house. Ryan O is here. JG, matched alike now. Hey, I'm here too. Roscoe P. Coltrane in the house. What's going on, man? William Wiley. Liddy Casanova is here. Let's see here. Whiskey Nose. What's up, Marty Party? Great channel to check out. Furrows a small batch select in the glass to start. One of my favorites, Carter. Nice choice there. Ham Turkey, sipping some Bookers for my dad's birthday tonight. Well, happy birthday to Ham Turkey's dad. EJ's in the house. I'm going to say hi to Lily if Lily's watching along with the EJ. That is Lily's that beautiful bully right there. Adam Doran, what's up, everyone? Is everyone else excited for the start of Blendageddon? Adam's ready, man. He wants redemption from last year. Adam Hinson, what's going on, Ohio? Blind Squirrels in the here. Screw you and your Atlanta Braves. Kenneth Rathburn, he's just here for the beginner impressions. Oh, okay. Well, come on, you gotta stay for Blendageddon, dude. Brett Marquette's in the house. Sunday Evening Scotch, what's going on, bud? John Walker and a bunch of other people coming in, just trying to catch up here. Shayla the Wayla, Whiskey Central, another great channel for you guys to check out. Kelsey dropping dimes this year. Great. So two channels actually went live at 8 o'clock before me. Hello again, Whiskey Friends, and also Whiskey Mountains, Adriana over at Whiskey Mountains. So hope you guys tuned into them. If you haven't, please go check them out. Bourbon Bill is here. Let the games begin. Iron Galactus. That's a badass fucking name. Love that. Love Boat Captain is here. All right. Big Vic's backyard. OH is here. George Watch, Eric McDaniel, and a bunch of other people. It's October, time for playoff baseball and Blendageddon. Blake Benson's in the house. What's going on, Blake? Nice to see you, my good friend. Eric Desmarius, let's go. Cameron Lock and Richie Z. Okay, a bunch of people in here. I got to catch up here. Average Drinker, I see. Jeffrey Wack. Paul Graham kicking it off with a $20 super chat. Thank you so much, Paul. Jamie, yeah, me too. I can't wait for the first impression either. So I can't wait for that, man. Average Drinker, another great channel for you guys to check out. Yeah, Darren Bill do an absolutely great job. They have a lot of cool content. Dusty Dan in the house. He is in the running tonight. So is Big Vic. So we have some heavy hitters in the chat that are actually part of that are going to be part of the Blendageddon first round tonight. So yeah, I'm ready for it. Yeah, how about them Braves? Yeah. All right. So let's just get it out of the way. The Mets fucking blew it over the weekend. They got swept in true New York Mets disappointing fashion. I mean, what am I going to do? They're in the playoffs. They have a much harder path now through the playoffs. It's up to them to show their mettle. But I don't know. It's going to be a crazy playoffs, I think, this year in baseball. I think baseball is always, I mean, just like every sport, it's pretty hard to predict. But I feel like baseball is really reliant, like every sport, it's really reliant on who's playing the best baseball at that time. Right now, the Mets aren't playing well. So I would not be surprised, as much as it would pain me to see them get bounced in the first round against the Padres. They're not playing well right now. So, you know, if they get bounced in the first round, it would hurt me, but it wouldn't surprise me. It really just really, and obviously they're not playing well right now. So as they're going into the playoffs, it's a little bit disappointing. Unfortunately, the Braves are kicking ass, and the Mets have never really been particularly good against the Padres. So I don't know. It scares me a little bit, but we'll see what happens. Just glad the Mariners got in. Yeah, whose favorite teams got in? To make it worse, just released a bottle. To make it worse, you just released a bottle with a Yankee on the bottle. Well, I mean, the Yankees don't really concern me. I try not to think about that other team in the Bronx. Just leave them over there. That's fine. Leave them over there. I'm just saying. All right. So I'm not going to really waste any time here because, time is short tonight. I want to get to everything we need to get to. And basically, there's a lot of really cool bottles kind of coming out. I mean, 'tis the season. It is fall. So we're going to dive into just a couple of news stories here, guys, with some stuff that's coming out just to kind of keep you informed, what to look for. I always like keeping you guys in the know here if you don't know yourself. First, we're going to start off with the most, ridiculous news, the press release that comes out every year. It's the announcement of the Pappy Winkle lineup. And apparently this year, there's more bottles than ever this year. More bottles available, well, this year than usual, I should say. So the Van Winkle whiskeys will be available starting October, limited basis. Hard to find in store. Buffalo Trace warns that bottles will be hard to find in stores, bars, and restaurants. Really? No fucking way. No kidding. The annual Van Winkle collection releases comprises 6 whiskeys, all of which sell out quickly every year and go on to sell for exorbitant prices on the secondary market. In a shocking statement from the Van Winkles, although we prefer for retailers to charge our suggested retail pricing, unfortunately, we cannot legally force them to do so, said Julian Van Winkle III. The best chance to find our products at a fair price is through lotteries offered by many retailers where fans have a chance to buy our bourbon at MSRP. Many of these lotteries benefit charities, so it's a win-win for everyone. So this is the 20th year of the partnership between Van Winkle family and Buffalo Trace. So the Van Winkle lineup suggested retail prices are pretty laughable. The 10-year, the old Rip, the 10-year old Rip Van Winkle, $70. The 12-year Lot B, $80. The 13-year-old Reserve Family Rye this year is $120. Pappy Van Winkle 15-year is $120. The 20-year-old Family Reserve 90 proof, $200. And the 95.6 proof 23-year-old, $300. So, I mean, that's that. It's really no point in talking about that shit because, the unfortunate thing is that, like, I live in Ohio, so obviously there's a state lottery that we go through in order to have for a chance to win one of those bottles, and I never won one, and I guess it's kind of fair. But the unfair part about it is that, folks will tell their entire family to sign in, even though they're not into bourbon. And it just becomes a real hard numbers game to win anything from, pretty much any lottery here in Ohio or any controlled state that does a state lottery format. Anything that's outside of lotteries, like when it goes to other states, that's the wild, wild west, man. You're going to end up paying, over $1,000 to get one. But people are willing to pay that to get those bottles. It's the way it goes. So, what do we got here? Horses and Bourbon with the super chat says, good luck to all the competitors. May your blends live long and get a win. Hopefully. Shredward's in the house. Cheers, Jason. 325 in the chat. Thank you so much, guys. Please hit the like button and the subscribe button if you haven't yet. I really appreciate it. So 12 bottles instead of 6, pretty much, JG. Yeah, so let's see here. Kenneth Rathburn. So hypothetically, 2 Pappy 15s or 1 Russell Reserve single Rickhouse. I mean, yeah, pretty much, kind of. But, you know, even the single Rickhouses, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, I mean, what did we talk about like years ago? Like last year, we're saying like maybe if we raise the prices, it would stop the secondary market values from being so high on some of these bottles. But it really doesn't matter. It just pushes the envelope. It just pushes the secondary market value higher if it's an already high price. It just depends on the rarity and the want and how desired that bottle is. Case in point, you know, the single Rickhouse, the Russell's Reserve, which I have in my glass right now because I figured I just needed a little palate starter before we get into the Master's Keep. So everybody raise your glass. Cheers. Thanks for hanging out tonight. I can't wait to get this the Blendageddon contest going. So cheers. Here we go. It's a delicious bottle. It's a delicious turkey. Everyone's been asking me since the review. Has your mind changed on it? Do you like it more? Do you like it less? I think it's an absolutely stellar representation of a Camp Nelson bottle of bourbon from Wild Turkey. But I still feel like deep down, if you hunt enough Russell's picks, you could probably get something that tastes close to that. Maybe not the same viscosity, and obviously it's not going to be the same proof point, but I still feel like those flavors you can get kind of close if you know a good person who's picking really good, you know, Russell's picks. You know, like Rarebird 101, Dave Jennings, man. Like I've had a couple of his picks, and his picks are just fucking ridiculous. They're phenomenal picks, and you know there could be some cases where I would rather drink one of his over this. So really just depends. Let's see what's going on. I've got a better chance of capturing Bigfoot in Ohio than winning the chance to buy a bottle in OHLQ's lottery, says Blake Benson. Fair. I'll give you that one. Next up, let's see here. What do we have? What else was announced here? Let me go to, oh yeah, this bottle, this beautiful bottle right here, Knob Creek 18. Actually, if you want first impression, I think Audrian from Whiskey Mountains tried this for the first time. These have been around. I think actually Top Shelf Whiskey just did a review of this one. I think I'm getting a bottle tomorrow to kind of possibly go through and review as well. So yeah, these are starting to hit. It's Knob Creek's oldest bourbon expression to date, or oldest Knob Creek, I should say. So this is, what did I say last year? There's going to be a 30th anniversary bottle because it's Knob Creek's 30th year, and here it is. Even though it doesn't label this 30th anniversary, or maybe it does. Does it? I know, Audrian in the chat, does it say 30th anniversary anywhere on the packaging of the Knob Creek 18? Let me know in the chat. As we celebrate 30 years of Knob Creek, it's clear to me that Dad was ahead of his time in creating innovative expressions with big, bold flavors that define pre-prohibition whiskey, said Fred No. So bottle at 100 proof, Knob Creek 18 is now available for limited time at retailers for just a retail price of $170, which is not, that's a nice price for an 18-year-old bourbon, honestly, today's market. So that one is kind of hitting the shelves. I think actually some people have already gotten a bottle of that. I got to try a pour of it at a restaurant a few weeks ago, and I dug it. I really did dig it. Top Shelf Dustin, there he is. He says the 18 is good stuff, and it says 30th Annie on the label. Okay, it does. All right, so there is some. The little black tag says 30th anniversary, and there you go. Any reason to bring out a whiskey on an anniversary? That's what we're looking at. All right, next up. For all you Ardbeg out there, Ardbeg announced their new expression called Smoke Trails, it looks like, which is or the Smoke Trails Whiskey Series, which will be a collection of single malts available exclusively at travel retail shops and the Ardbeg Distillery Visitor Center. So this is going to be the kickoff with a Manzanilla edition, a blend of whiskeys aged in Manzanilla sherry casks and classic Ardbeg American oak. Bottled at 92 proof. This will be available actually starting today, October 5th. The launch will be in United Kingdom airports. So if you live in England or know anyone in England or traveling to England, London, Heathrow, Gatwick, Newcastle, Birmingham, Manchester, Aberdeen, Edinburgh, Glasgow, all there. Then beginning November 1st, it will become available at the Ardbeg Distillery Visitor Center. So, yeah. So, I mean, if you guys are into Ardbeg, another interesting release, I would like to hear all the opinions from all the Scotch heads out there. I mean, I love Ardbeg. I've kind of fallen off of Ardbeg a little bit, especially the special releases in the the last couple of years. Just none of them have really impressed me. I honestly rather just drink Ugadal or Korvyekin, forever, honestly. So that's where I love those profiles. Even just the 10-year is just such a solid. This is like the time of year I'll start getting into the smoky scotches when it gets a little bit colder out. So that's always fun. Keith J from Massachusetts, lucky enough to grab a 1-Up. Couldn't get a Jackman, so I have Bourbon Judge's Woodinville pick. Trying to share the love. Awesome, Keith. Keith, the 1-Up was the barrel I wanted, and I think you're going to be happy. I'm just saying. There you go. Average drinker, give me an Oogie. Exactly. There's plenty. There's plenty of good shit from Ardbeg for everybody. What else is coming out here? This bottle, as you guys know, tis the season. Midwinter's Night's Dram are starting to drop. This is the popular High West bottle, finished in port cask, but they're also releasing a white port version to celebrate the 10-year anniversary, which will be a little bit harder to get, a little bit more money. But these are starting to drop, also. I mean, tis the season again as we get into these fall releases. Midwinter's Night's Dram are always popular for folks to pick up if you could find one. It's one of the best finished whiskeys you're going to find. I think there are better out there. I'm telling you guys, that Sagamore Spirit Sherry Finish Rye that I reviewed last week is no joke. I think that rye... I'm still hoping to get the New Riff Sherry Finish Barrel Proof Malted Rye soon from somebody in the chat. You know who you are, for a little bit of a trade. So as soon as I get that, I'll be doing a double base against of those two head to head, and we'll see what happens. So also coming out, Chattanooga has just released their latest bottled and bond. Now they do 2 of these a year. They released a spring. Now we're going to have the fall edition of their bottle and bond. This is a mix of I think it's like 5 to 7 different mash bills that they use, all different types of malts to make just delicious blends. The spring edition that came out this year, I think out of the 3 that have released so far, has been my favorite. I have not tried the fall yet this year. I do have a bottle of it, so look for a review of that coming soon. And they're really affordable. These are only about $50, guys. So if you love Chattanooga, I mean, it's good stuff. But I haven't gotten to try the fall edition yet, so we'll see what comes of that one. Templeton is releasing a rye, their 2022, their barrel strength rye. Templeton is, they have some really nice rye whiskeys. I love the rebranding of their bottles. I think they kind of had to do that after they got in a little bit of trouble a few years ago. So at this point, they're releasing they have a 10-year rye that I really liked. I thought it was a little bit underrated, a little bit thin on the palate, but really a solid rye. Now at barrel proof, man, it could be something special. It's non-age stated, but it could be something really good. I mean, maybe there's some age information on the back of the bottle. Let me see if I could find something here. So it says, so this is a 95.5 rye, guys. Straight American rye whiskey bottled at a powerful 57.3% ABV. Limited qualities. This will only be $60, which is not bad. Yeah, there's no age to this. It's a complete non-age stated whiskey, so no information on that. I would imagine this is a younger whiskey. So I've only tried the 10-year. I haven't tried their barrel proof variant yet. So hopefully I can get my hands on that and do a review. Let's go to the next one here. I told you that's some really interesting bottles coming out. I don't know if you guys have heard about this one, Fortuna. Fortuna. I'm not really sure if I'm saying that right. I'm probably killing it. But this is another story of one of those bourbon brands that have kind of, gone by the wayside over the course of history. So when we talk about this story here, we're looking at a bourbon that I think this is a pre-prohibition brand. And then I think it closed its doors around the 1950s, maybe 60s ish. and now it's being revived like a lot of brands do. So yes, founded in 1880s by German immigrant and shut down in the 1960s. I was close. I said 50s. So for the first time in 50 years, the brand announced Tuesday it's being revived by Pablo Moy and Peter Nemgloski, who founded the rare character bourbons that have been hitting the market. Young whiskey brand launched in 2021, and Andrew Shapiro, who hails from the Shapiro family that owns and operates Heaven Hill. So this helped produce. So let's see. We were fortunate to have access to a few vintage bottlings of the Fortuna, as well as the Hollenbach's original flagship brand Glencoe. So that helped produce a flavor profile to shoot for. So looks like they're blending some Heaven Hill barrels to create this flavor profile. 102 proof, aged a minimum of 6 years. They're saying it's perfectly crushable. Fortuna is available to purchase via seal box right now, and in most states for custom. At candlewines.com for customers in California. $85 for that one. And then I think I have one more here. I don't know where that went. I guess that one didn't upload. So one thing I do want to mention is the new, I don't have the picture of it, but maybe I can upload it real quick here, guys. It's the new Remus Gatsby Reserve. So this is a bottle I'm very excited about. I think I can upload a photo here for you guys. Let me grab it. Yep, here we go. Let this upload real quick. Let me get this off the screen. So the Remus Gatsby edition, and I think this is why we probably got a younger Remus 6 this year, was because of this release that was hitting the market, and here it is. This is the Remus Gatsby Reserve. That is one of the prettiest bottles you will find in bourbon. I absolutely love the look of that bottle. The what do you say, Eric McDaniel? Don't forget the Diageo 22 special releases that are now available. Oh, that's right, Eric. The Diageo 22 special releases are hitting the market. I have to look up what those are going to be, but Kenneth says that I honestly rather to not have the Gatsby tie-in. Well, I mean the whole link to Gatsby, it makes sense. I get it, but when it comes to what this is a 97.8 proof, so a little bit lower proof. These last few releases were 100 proof when they were just the the Remus Reserves, the original boxes, and 15-year-old straight bourbon. 15-year-old straight bourbon produced at the 175-year-old Ross and Rachel Distillery. I'm sorry, Ross and Squibb. Launching this month, $200 per bottle for this one. So it's a pricey meatball there. So, and then real quick, just some new labels that I came across, guys. Doc Swinson's looks like it's coming in with a 16-year bourbon finished in Madeira casks, called the Forgotten One. So this has a really nice age statement on it. Obviously, that's source whiskey. Not sure where it's coming from quite yet. Sagamore Spirit just keeps continuing to put out these interesting finishes. This is the sour ale cask finish. They've done a stout finish. They've done some other beer finishes in the past. So this is another one to add to the portfolio. The Palo Cortado cask finish, another finish there from Sagamore. All these are just, are going to be good. This one I came across looked pretty interesting. Wilderness Trails releasing a maple barrel finish rye. Again, just kind of tantalizing the sweet tooth of everyone. They want that maple barrel finish on there. I think that might be pretty cool. Wilderness Trail, I love Wilderness Trail, except I still was disappointed in that 3 and 8 year. Just saying, it hurts my heart a little bit. Still not over yet. Chattanooga coming out with a red, white, and blue grist. Now this mash. That sounds weird, but the mash bill: red corn, white corn, and blue corn, and malted barley, toasted and charred oak. This will be an experimental batch at the distillery. That would be an interesting one to try. When you get into different corn varietals, you're looking at certain corns that have more starch than sugar, or vice versa, which can make things taste a little sweeter, a little bit more nutty, a little bit more thicker and richer. It really depends on when you're working with, different corn varietals, what each of those, corns can bring to the table. I think blue corn has a lot of sweetness to it. Red corn, I think, tends to have a little bit more starch, so it's a little bit more nutty in flavor. So when you kind of mix all those together, It should be an interesting flavor profile. I'll be definitely interested to try that one. They're also coming out with a Cabernet cask finish in their cask finish series. So if you look at the port one that they released, which was a great one, and then they did, what was the really good fit? They did a tequila finish. I mean, just some really good finishes that they've done, and now looks like they're working on a Cabernet cask finish as well, 95 proof. So it looks like it's going to be, the mash bill is going to be a mix of all those mash bills on the top there. Non-chill filtered as always, and Alexander Valley Cabernet Sauvignon barrels, greater than 4 years old, 6 to 8 barrel release. So yeah, I love the port finish in it. I love the port finish one. The Isla cask finish, that was the other one that I thought was really, really good. They did an Isla cask finish, which I thought was like the perfect amount of Scotch finish to the whiskey. So I think that's it. I just said a lot of shit. That was a lot of news. But thanks for bearing with me, guys. I appreciate it. If I missed any super chats, I'll see if I can go back here. Let's see. So it's basically just Remus 5. Yeah, AW. I mean, that's basically what it is. Even it's Remus 5, but even at a lower proof. Didn't even hit the 100 proof mark. It's only at 97 point something. Does that bottle win the bottle shape challenge? I know. I still think Old Fitz would take it out. I mean, you guys can let me know in the chat who wins. Remus Gatsby. You know what? I'll do a quick poll here because I'm always like putting these polls out there. Who wins bottle design here? Let's do that. Let's go Remus Gatsby or the Old Fitz decanter. There you go. I'm going to ask you guys right there in the chat. Let's see. Oh shit! Boomer, Wisconsin. Richard Cann is in the house. Happy to be back. Glad you're here, man. Always good to see you. I'm seeing the Remus Gatsby on secondary for 400 to 450. And it's already what, 200 bucks? Yeah, I probably wouldn't pay for that. I want to pay 400 for that. Love ride, but not sure about that. Sagamore says pinch hitter whiskey lounge. Yeah, I mean, you never know. Yeah, pass. I don't like sour beers, so that's probably one I wouldn't be interested in. I would be interested in the Palo Cortado because I have a Bunnahabhain that's finished in Palo Cortado. That's friggin' phenomenal. So I'd be all over that thing. Rye is the devil's grain. I'm sure that Adriana from Whiskey Mountains would agree with you. Let's see. Chattanooga looks intriguing. Bloody Butcher. Yeah, Bloody Butcher corn definitely has a nutty profile to it. Let's see. Isla Scotch. Yeah, Isla Scotch finish was the last one. There's Richard Cannon. Thank you so much. Let's see. A daunting amount of news bottles. Yeah, it's a lot of shit, man. I saw all this stuff coming out. I was like, oh my God. I did not talk about Master's Keep yet, Trev, so we're about to get into this one a little bit here. Not the biggest OF decanter fan in the first place. The gap at the top of the next stopper is just off looking to me. Okay. Palo Cortado might even make rye taste okay for me. It might. It might. The Remus looks, let's see what we got here as far as the poll. So, wow, the Remus Gatsby so far in the lead. 135 of you have voted already. So if none of you in the chat have voted yet in the poll, oh, wait, Old Fitz is making a comeback. But right now, Remus is up 57 to 43%. That's surprising. I'll keep that going for a little bit longer from you guys. Master Journey picks is the go. Close poll. Favorite Masters Keep before today's pour? That's a good question. I would have to go with, it's tough, man, because they're so different. It's for me, it's between the Revival and the 17-year Ball and Bond. Those two. The Revival for me, that Oloroso finished turkey was just it was so unique. At the time when I tried it, obviously everyone's doing sherry finishes these days. But at the time when I tasted that, just to kind of taste that extra like raspberry jamminess and the raisin on top of the turkey profile, I thought it was just like a match made in heaven. I absolutely loved it. But, you know, sometimes those finishes can be mood pours, so you just really never know. The 17 year, however, on the other hand, and I know it was oaky for some and it was a little bit medicinal for some. And I think as it worked its way down the bottle, it got even more medicinal. I think it turned to Dimetap like in the end. It was like or like a NyQuil cherry cough medicine as it really worked its way down the bottle. It got real medicinal. But man, the first like half of that bottle is like magicalness. So those two probably my favorite. With maybe the 17 year like not too far behind. I really did enjoy the rye, the cornerstone that they did as well. I was very impressed with that release, so I'm really looking forward to this one. So let me finish this a little bit here. Yeah, my last place one probably would be. I'm trying to think. Maybe Decades. Wasn't too crazy about Decades. I did like the 17 year. You guys know I did not like one. It's not that one was bad. It's just that it was I thought the whiskey was just too young and just didn't offer enough oomph for the price that they were paying that we were paying for that bottle. And it was honestly just the least interesting to me. Yeah, it had a toast on it and it was sweet, but I don't know. Wild turkey is already inherently sweet. I really didn't feel like it needed a toast on it. It just was boring to me. So, but that's me. I'm pretty hard on turkey when it comes to, grading them. Honestly, what do you think of the Wild Turkey 12 that I sent, Kelsey? I actually really liked it. I think it's the perfect amount of oak for a Wild Turkey 12 year. It's sweet. It's spicy. It's very on profile for Wild Turkey with a little bit more oak influence on it. And then on top of that, the only downgrade I'll give it though is I think it's a little bit thin on the palate. That's the only thing I really didn't like about it. I mean, it's only 101 proof, but yeah, it's a little bit thin. But I did like it. Thank you so much for sending it. Yeah, Decades, the Art Deco style is beautiful. Oloroso era. Let's see here. My 16-year Calumet is getting a medicinal cherry profiles bottle, sits at half full for the past month. I think that's going to happen with those older whiskeys. I mean, the Calumets are kind of notorious for that cherry medicinal note. And, I would agree, wise guy. I think that at a certain point, the cherry is starting to come out more. I still don't think it's as cherry forward as the 15, though. Yeah, one is dead last for me. Yeah, I'm with you, Sunday Evening Scotch. Just didn't do it for me. Scotch on the Bayou is here. What's going on, Leanne? Nice to see you as always. Tony Bag of Donuts is over here tuning in for my new home. Just got the TV and whiskey room set up. I'll crack the Masters one after a warm-up. There you go, Tony. Nice to see you, Bag of Donuts. UCT says, dude, love your reviews. I appreciate that, man. Or woman. I'm not sure what I'm, who I'm talking to. Just UCT. It's hard to tell. Trying to make my B-roll as good as yours. Yeah, it took me a while to kind of figure out like the right lighting and everything, but yeah, I still love my B-roll. Comes out great. Unforgotten is bottled and bond tier good. Okay. Well, we're about to find out soon here. Sam Houston 15 or Calumet 15 or 16. Oh, damn. I say Sam Houston 15 over Calumet 15. I don't know. The Sam Houston 15 that I have is really good. The Kentucky one. I think I would have to put that against the 16. You know what? I'll do that on my double base this Friday. How about that? And we'll see what happens. Good idea. Imagine if a Brown Forman Kentucky distillery brand had to close and you had to pick, which one would you shut down and why? Oh, damn. That's a hell of a question. If a Brown Forman Kentucky distillery brand had to close and you had to pick, which one would you shut down and why? Probably Woodford. I don't know. Woodford makes good bourbons, and I think it's a super popular, but I mean, I think that the whiskey enthusiast in me isn't like super enthused about most of the stuff that comes out from Woodford Reserve, besides the batch proof, because they release everything at 90.4. There's obviously a place for Woodford Reserve, with their, they have a very loyal following. They have a lot of fans for that bourbon, and the special releases they do. But I mean, if you're telling me I had to miss out on Woodford double oaked. Everyone's doing double oaked. If I had to miss out on a double oaked, that's still happening. Barrel proof, batch proof whiskey, Woodford. Everyone's doing barrel proof. There's just not enough, I feel like, that they're doing in order for me to be like, man, save Brown-Forman. I'm sorry, save Woodford. So, except Woodford, I'd miss visiting Woodford Reserve because Woodford Reserve is one of the most beautiful distilleries on the planet, and there's so much history there. I would miss that. I would totally miss that for sure. What do you think of the Wild Turkey Father and Son 13 year? I really liked it. I liked it. I mean, it's good. I hate that it's like 86 proof. But, it's a nice older, Wild Turkey for sure. Roger Conant says Revival 1, 17 bottle and bond, 17 OG Decades Cornerstone. Oh, yeah, 1894 is way in the back for sure. I forgot about that one. Good call, Roger. Hey, Jason, have you gone back to the Knob Creek? No, my Knob Creek 15 is gone. I shared that out. Mine was terrible. I just shared it amongst everyone. Matches keep when bottle shape for me. So let's go to the poll real quick right here. It looks like Remus Gatsby is going to win with over 209 votes. All right, I'm calling it. You guys like the Remus over the Old Fitz. Shit. Chris Cox says Weller Antique versus Willet 8-year wheat. I have yet to try that Willet 8-year wheater. Yep. Samuel at 15, Kaim at 16, Kaim at 15. Nathan, that would probably be my ranking going off just what I think, but I have to taste it to find out. Yeah, Woodford for sure. Woodford +1. Woodford, yep, Woodford, definitely Woodford. Oh, everyone's agreeing. Yep, Woodford. Okay, let me scroll down here. Poll is blasphemy. Check the Russian bots, says Ian. All right. So, warming up the palate here. I don't want to drink too much, pre-stream, or I should say pre-Blendageddon first round. So this is really going to be the, I broke out the match and drum glass. I got the turkey hat on. It is Master's Keep time. So, Master's Keep Wild Turkey Unforgotten. Let me pop this here. I'm going to get this poured. What a nice pour in there. Man, this has a nice color to it. Woo. There you go. Let's get close up here, guys. You can take a look at that. There it is. Gratuitous branding logo moment. Watch The Mash and Drum. YouTube/themashanddrum.com. Only kidding. Yeah, look how dark that is. That's a really nice color on that. So what are the details on the Master's Keep? Well, according to the press release, Wild Turkey Master's Keep Unforgotten. Now, just to kind of revive a little bit of history for you guys here, this was inspired by a fortuitous and unexpected commingling of young rye and mature bourbon released more than a decade ago. If you guys don't remember, it was this bottle right here called Forgiven. So this kind of was the inspiration for Unforgotten. Forgiven, Unforgotten. Master distiller Eddie Russell has resurrected the memory of that release, Wild Turkey Forgiven, with the release of Master's Keep Unforgotten, a high-proof extra-aged variation of the blend of straight bourbon and rye whiskeys. The unconventional and complex liquid serves as testimony to Eddie's experience, and the legacy of Wild Turkey is one of the few Kentucky distilleries that have remained dedicated to the art of making rye alongside its renowned bourbons. So, back in 2010, a crew member accidentally mixed a batch of young rye with a barrel of mature bourbon. Upon tasting the whiskeys, Eddie realized he had something very special on his hands. Rather than discarding the mash bill, the mistake, I should say, the distillery celebrated, and here we have Forgiven. So the Master's Keep, fast forward to 2021, or 2022, I should say. We have 105 proof, Unforgotten, made from some of the oldest rye ever released by Wild Turkey. And it's characterized by unmistakable notes of, I don't want to read the notes. I don't want to know what they're saying here. Blah, 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 blah. Where is the, okay. Marriage of 13-year-old bourbon and 8- and 9-year-old rye. All right. So 8 and 9-year-old rye whiskey blended with 13-year-old bourbon, finished in a rye cask. $200 for this one, limited time, select retailers. Get it while you can. All right. Holy shit, we have 500 people in the chat. Everyone's just wanting to watch my impressions of this Wild Turkey Master's Keep, because you guys know I'm a tough judge when it comes to these Wild Turkey releases. 13-year-old bourbon seems a bit young for the price. The rye seems on point. I would agree, Top Shelf Dustin, but this is kind of the way it's going. Remember one last year was, what is it, 9 and 10-year-old with like a little tiny smidge of 14 in the blend. So the Master's Keeps seem to be getting younger with a little bit more of a novelty spin on it, and still asking to pay the $200, price point. But that's not just Wild Turkey. That's where I see a lot of shit going, unfortunately. So I'm gonna let this open up, and while that's opening up, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour a little bit of the Forgiven, just to kind of get my my bearings here on a Wild Turkey Burai. So if you guys don't remember Forgiven, here it is. So this was the happy accident that came about. 91 proof on this one. This was batch 303. I know there are folks that have different batches, and different batches taste better than other batches, but this is the one batch I have. So we're going to use this as kind of the baseline. I love Burais and Turkey. Forgiven is riding the coattails. Forgiven versus Unforgotten. I want a good, clean fight. Let's get it on. So I think the interesting thing about the Forgiven is the at least in this batch, there's a very prevalent rye dominant note here. I get more of the rye than the bourbon, but it's fruit forward. I still get like the orange marmalade that you get from a Wild Turkey, but I'm also getting like there's a dark fruit note to it. Maybe it's like a mix of like cherry apple. I really kind of dig that. Oh yeah, that's Rarebird 101. He says Forgiven 302 over 303. Okay. Rarebird, have you gotten a chance to try the Master's Keep yet? I haven't seen anything on your blog. I follow your blog very closely. I don't think I've seen it. I saw you do the press release. I'm not sure if you've gotten to try this yet. So on the palate, I get rye. I get some of the turkey, a little bit of like a turkey funk. There's some nice orange. Again, the rye and the bourbon together. I mean, it's really orange forward for me, coming off my, pretty clean palate here. Redbird says, just tasted it last week. Okay, well, I'll ask you for your impressions after I taste mine. So no spoilers, Redbird, unless you don't want to spoil anything for your blog, and then I understand. Man, this reminds me a lot of the Wild Turkey 101 rye, which is very, very orange peel, orange marmalade, cinnamon, a little bit of spice, some vanilla cream in there. But it's very orange forward for me. And that's really kind of the mark of a Wild Turkey for me, where it's like it's got that really like harsh orange note to it. But this is like a freshly squeezed orange. This isn't like the burnt orange I was getting in the single Rickhouse. All right. Oh, that sip was in there. That sip was more rye spice, more black pepper, black tea. Some of those notes coming into play here. And a slight like black licorice I'm getting too. Not like the fake black. Maybe I should say more of like a fennel or an anise, like a star anise seed, something like that. It's not like that fake licorice note. It's more of like a fresh licorice note I'm getting. All right. ADHD whiskey. Oh, what's up? We have the world's top whiskey taster in the house as David is busy writing about the intricacies and details of turkey products we haven't even heard of yet. Probably. He knows things. You guys don't even know that, when, you think that David is just sitting at home writing on his blog, but he's actually at Turkey, hiding in the warehouses, listening to everything going on. All right. This is the way. All right, let's get a fresh palette here. Again, ABV of this is 105 proof. That's a pretty nice proof for these high age whiskeys blended together, especially the ryes. 13-year-old bourbon, 8 and 9-year-old rye, finished for a secondary maturation period in rye casks. So they don't really say exactly how long it was in the rye cask. I don't know if I'm not sure if David knows, if he knows what that time was, but let's get into the nose here. Oh, I'll tell you what, that has a really nice nose on it. Wow. Take care, Donald Rance. Nice to see you, man. 518 in the chat. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, so far the nose. Man, that might be more interesting to me than the single rick house a little bit. That's a really nice nose. All right. So really beautiful sweet oak characteristics. There is some dry fruit notes. I'm getting orange, but I'm getting some dark fruit like wrapped up on top of that. There's definitely like a hint of cherry there. Man, the orange marmalade, I think, from the rye is still coming through pretty strong, honestly. But again, this is a sweeter rye profile. But I'm not sure if this is like a really nice blend because for me, just off the nose, it's not really leaning more rye or more bourbon forward than either way. So far I'm getting a really nice balance. I can get the high rye, but I'm also getting the sweet, the caramel and the toffee of the bourbon. What's up, 21090? Yes, also to note, it is non-chill filtered. So orange. There's like a grapiness to it that I'm picking up too. I think that might be the other dark fruit. Nice little punch of grape, like grape soda to go with that caramel, the toffee. There's a lot of black pepper from the rye spice. The orange is all intermingled. That's a banger of a nose right there already. And that's just, that's first pour. I would imagine as I get this past the shoulder, it should open up pretty nicely. So, all right, here we go. Cheers, guys. Unforgotten. I hope this is good. I'm loving the front of the palate. So I let it sit on the front of the palate a little bit just to see if I would get that flavor. I always call it the pop rocks. I look for like that little bit of tingle on the tip of your tongue. Give me the pop rocks. If I don't get that, I'm scared it's going to be a little flat and thin, but I'm getting it on this. Now I just had some water, so I'm going to go for a second sip here. That's really nice. The rye characteristics in this. This is, yeah, I'm like trying to quantify like what I'm tasting here because it's the ride it takes you on. It's what I would expect from a burai because the burai notes go from, you get the sweetness of the bourbon notes from front to back, but you also get like this spice that's just constant from the front of the palate to the back. And it just kind of stays with you. And then at the end, it just kind of it just like opens up and it builds, and then it just kind of goes into the back of your palate. And what I love about this so far, guys, is all the flavor and the punch of flavor. That's my third sip. Even after a sip of water, I got the burst of flavor in the front of the palate, mid palate, and it's got this sneaky finish. Just when you think the finish goes away, it just kind of lingers there. But yeah, this gives you all the caramel, toffee, and the orange that you're used to with Wild Turkey, with like this layer of just this herbal rye spice quality to it. The Mash and Drum, so Rare Bird kind of gave his thoughts. I thought it was a fantastic blend. It didn't taste forced or conflicting. And I think that's the thing that's kind of bugging me out, because I'm looking for one to dominate the other, and it's not. It's a really very, very cohesive blend. I don't know how long they let this sit. Oh, man, and this has the spice. There's a hint of like clove to it. Very, very, very subtle. Maybe it's like clove, cinnamon, allspice, like kind of in that the baking spice family that comes through, especially on the back end of it. But up front, it's a little bit fruity. You get a little marmalade, a little cherry, works its way back. The rye spice kicks in. It's still tingly, and it's still leaving this on the side of my tongue. Shit. I like this better than that, I think. This is really nice. Oh, and the finish, guys. You guys know I like a finish, and this thing is lingering. It's still going. It just sits there. That is a, oh, man. And maybe because I've been disappointed a lot lately, not really with Wild Turkey, but with just a lot of releases. This was one I was really looking forward to, and I was waiting to be disappointed, and it's not. This is kind of a home run for me right here. Yeah, I'm going to enter this into Blendageddon as Eddie's entry. It's really good. Yeah, and you know what? Each time I try it, it kind of, you get a little something different, but that spice just stays the entire way and just lingers the entire time. It's that sweet, it's spice. That's a fantastic blend. That's genius. That is Eddie and man, Eddie, Bruce, shit. If you guys are watching, I know they're probably not, but if they are, you guys did a hell of a job on that blend. That's nice. That's gonna be up there this year for me, I think. That's a really nice blend. But you have to like spicier whiskeys. You know, this isn't like the smooth or the easy sipping experience that was, you know, like the one where it was kind of flat, it's sweet. This is spice. This is lingering. This is even a little bit more mouth coating. It's viscous. It's dark. It's fruity. It's spicy. It kind of gives you all the things. This is a burai right here. That's how you kick off Blendageddon with that blend, baby. That's nice. The only thing maybe I could ding it for is that if folks, it's a tad bit drying, I think, because of all the rye going on. But I think there's enough going on in the front of the palate and the back of the palate to kind of balance that out. If you could just, you know, it's a little bit drying, I think, just from all the rye spice. But other than that, it's a really beautifully blended whiskey. So this is a winner turkey dinner, we'll say, tonight. Love it. All right. Master's Keep. So far, so good. We'll do a full review coming up this Monday. I'll let this get down the shoulder a little bit, get into it a little bit more, see how it opens up. But man, first impressions, guys, it's a winner this year. Very, very happy coming off my disappointment in one last year. The finish is still going. It's still going. That's a really, really nice blend. Damn. I don't know how that would actually stack up in my like pantheon of Masters keeps. I was really waiting for it to Unforgotten blows one away, in my honest opinion. Rarebird, you're not even, you're preaching to the choir, man. I agree. This like stomps one. One's not even in the same ballpark as that. That is awesome. Shit. All right. I love it. Russell's Reserve 13 is more honest, in my opinion. I just don't get the Masters Keep shtick with the big box set you pay. Well, Mike B, you got to remember, Masters Keep came way before Russell's 13 ever did. So if anything, Russell's 13 is a new kid on the block. Now, I'll give you this. What Wild Turkey chooses to make it a Masters Keep these days, I think could be a little bit questioned. It's, back in the day, it was like these super high-aged, it was kind of the exploration of high-aged Wild Turkey. They put in the Masters Keeps. They'll do a high age with a little bit of a finish here and there, but now it's becoming a little bit more of a, maybe people see it as a little bit more of a novelty because they're putting out all these Russell's Reserve releases, the 13-year-old, the single Rickhouse, that are actually either cheaper or, in the single Rickhouse case, more expensive than the Masters Keep. So it's kind of hard to like see where Masters Keep fits right now. But you got to remember, Masters Keeps came way before Russell's 13 did. So Masters Keep has been here. And for a long time, Masters Keeps sat on the block or sat on the shelves for a long time. So yeah. Super chat. Where is it? There it is. Mark Mace. Too much of anything is bad, but too much of good whiskey is barely enough. I like that. You think the Masters Keep is better than the Russell's 13? That's a good question. I don't think so, but I also think it's a completely different flavor profile. Again, Russell's 13 is like such an enigma for me because it's got such high age whiskey in it. Like, why didn't they make that a Masters Keep? But at the same time, the only thing I could really like put up there against Russell's 13 Masters Keep wise would be either the 17-year or even the 17-year Vol and Bond. So those would be kind of in the same family, but retail wise, Russell's 13 is a lot cheaper than those bottles. Factoring out secondary. So I don't know if it's quite better than this, but it's just a different experience. This is a lot more rye, spicy, just a nice blend. It's just something different, and I think this warrants becoming a Masters Keep. So I really like it. Let's see here. Yeah, I remember pulling the Decades and Revival off the shelves a few years ago. There were plenty. Should have bought more since 17 Ball and Bond. They are much harder to find. Yeah, once 17-year Ball and Bond hit the shelves, that was kind of the one that I think that was the release that everyone started like paying attention to the Masters Keeps. Now we have to have every single one. Anyone know how the Mets are doing? You jerk. Well, they swept the Nationals going into the playoffs. So what are you hunting for now? What am I hunting for? Knob Creek 18. I'm looking for my own bottle of that. What else? I'm hunting Pappy. Everyone's hunting Pappy. No, I'm only kidding. Kind of the last couple of weeks, these were kind of like my big acquisitions just to get these two bottles. So I'm very happy this week. There's some other stuff that's been out that I'm looking for, but yeah, the two Maker's Mark, the new finishing series, I'm looking for those. But I did get some samples from a patron, so I'll probably be doing a sample review of those two. What is it? The BRT 1 and 2? Are those them? I think so. I'm gonna finish that. Oh man. Oh, that's so good. I just like how punch you in the face flavor it is. There's no hiding. There's no flatness on that Unforgotten. It's just pure flavor. Yep. Bourbon Night, love them. Oh, love the Makers ones. Okay. What picks have been big in your area lately? OHLQ. They just released last week. They released the Four Roses picks. They released a couple of Four Roses picks that hit the state. as Christmas comes around, I think we're going to see more makers picks. I think they released an Ezra Rebel pick. So there's a few that are out there coming out. The BLT, just give us the bacon. No, BRT, isn't it BRT? Not BLT. Got the OHLQ OESO. Yep. All right, guys. So, man, we ran through a lot in that first hour. All the news. We tasted Forgotten. Now it's time. It is time for the first round of Blendageddon. This is the Franken Blends. For those of you that are watching for the first time that have no idea what the hell Blendageddon is, this is why I asked the viewers to make a home blend to the best of their ability and submit it for a contest. So we have some brackets. This is going to be the best of 14 blends. We had 14 Frankenstein blends. This came in a lot less than the American whiskey brackets, which we're going to start in a few weeks. But the Franken Blends are basically blends. I let everyone, they can use American whiskey, Scotch whiskey, Irish whiskey, Indian whiskey, rum, whatever they wanted to make a Franken blend. So this is this category that we're going to be starting tonight. So while I get this set up, I need you guys to get all jacked up. Here is the trailer for tonight's kickoff. It's a Blendageddon. Oh, shit. It's time. Here we go. 7 blends in front of me. Tonight's contestants. Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet tonight's contestants. Here we are. Let me show the bracket, which is right here. So tonight we're starting with the left side of the bracket, guys. We have Big Vic, who's in the house. Shane Long, Storytime Monster. Big Vic has his Dusty Frankenstein blend. Terrence Scott, You've Got to Be Franking Me, coming in. Oisin Hayes with Philly's own Paddy Wagon. Bo's Wine Guy with Not Your Father's Dram. Then we have Dan Trout with Chili Vanilli. And then Adam Dorman, who is out for redemption after he went out in the subsequent rounds last year. So, yeah, tonight's going to be pretty friggin' epic with these matchups. So we'll update this bracket as we move on. So this week will be this bracket will be on the left. Week 2, we'll have the full right side bracket. And then we'll get to week 3, which will be the top 6 going against each other with a couple of special guests. Can you remind us of the rules on the Franken Blend? So the Franken Blend is, it could be a blend of bourbon, rye, Scotch, Irish whiskey, rum, any world whiskey you wanted to add to the blend, as well as any American whiskey. I allowed even some rum if you wanted to use in the blend as well. So I labeled these nice and clearly because there have been years where I don't remember what letters in what glass, and I start mixing them up, and I get all discombobulated. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Here's all 7. Yeah, the far left is as dark as shit. Yeah, this one right here, right? This thing is dark. It's crazy dark. So These were all poured. These were poured blind by the, from those first 7. So I don't know what's in the glasses. We're gonna find out later on who makes it to the top 3. So yeah, we're about to get into this shit. Todd Ritter, who's on vacation right now, who's the reigning. He's not the reigning world. He's the reigning American blend champion. But this will be the first year we're gonna crown a Franken blend champion. So this should be a lot of fun. Let's cue up a little bit of cue up a little music here. Let's see here. We'll go. Let me do. Yeah, I always like this jam. Nice and easy listening. All right. So as the rules are, there are no rules. So as you guys are watching me taste through these, I have actually decided to do kind of a Blendageddon Bible this year because I just want to keep track of, everything I'm tasting, everybody's blends, what were the best parts about it, what weren't the best parts about it. Actually, let me throw up this a little bit here. Let me throw up the Blendageddon, the official border marketing of Blendageddon. Good luck to all of you. So let me do this. All right, let's get this started here. So I have Blendageddon, round 1, glass A. All right, guys. Well, I'm tasting through these. First of all, good luck to everybody in the chat tonight that's part of Blendageddon. And if you guys have any questions while I'm tasting these, as always, fire away. I love talking to you guys. If you have any questions about releases, my opinion on things, if you want to set me off on a rant, go ahead. You could try, but I'm going to try to get locked in on here. So here we go. And by the way, before I forget, following tonight, this channel right here, head on over to Women of Whiskeys to see what they got cooking tonight on their live right after me at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, hey. And that's a deep, rich nose right there. This is all oak, and somebody nailed like my favorite flavor in bourbon, which is coffee. This has a little bit of a coffee note to it. Yep. Again, thanks to everybody who sent in blends, because this is what makes it so much fun for myself, for the community, for everybody to get involved. I absolutely love this part of the year. Stephanie Patterson, I did not get to try the Four Roses Ohio picks, unfortunately. This is getting really confectionery. Now, these were poured for me, I think at like 6 o'clock-ish. So they've been sitting in the glass for a little bit, for a while. It's kind of opening up. I wanted these to sit in the glass, open up, so I can get as much flavor as I can out of these. Man, this is toffee, sweet, coffee. That is really, really nice. Man, first blend. Let's try it. All right, so first blend. It's very oak forward. There's a lot of oak presence on it, a little bit drying. The sweet that I was getting on the nose isn't translating as much of the palate as I wanted it to. Go in one more time here. This has some proof to it, though. This is a very high proof. This is, that sip was even better. There's like a cherry molasses coffee thing going on in that. That's fucking delicious. Hey, coming in hot. Shit. Jason, if you see the new Bourbon Limited subscriptions, the first batch of Wilderness Trail 6-year Rise included, I think I'm going to wait until it hits the shelves. I did see that, Brian. I mean, I think subscription services are really cool if you're in love with a specific distillery. But for me, yeah, it's not really worth it for me. I don't think there's a specific. I mean, if Wild Turkey did one, I might subscribe. But other than that, I probably wouldn't subscribe to anyone else's. It would be really cool if distilleries put out releases that were guest blender series. Heaven Hill's 12-year Nancy Fraley blend. That would be cool, but Nancy Fraley is so busy working with other distilleries that, wow, I mean, I don't see that time to do that. I mean, just the vanilla cherry, like cream cordial type thing I'm getting in A is ridiculous. Damn, A's coming in hot already, in a good way. Woo! All right, A's shit. If now what people also don't realize, what makes I think a big difference in Blendageddon too, is the order. Not many people think, you know, it's like, oh, what's the best whiskey? But I think whatever order you get chosen in, you know, ends up, you know, it could change things. Like if this one was number 1 or this one was number 2. Like right now, A, I felt like was really high proof, had a lot of flavor, and now B has to go right after it. So that could be a problem for B, but we'll see. You never know. Popham says, this some baby making music. When I heard it on speakers, I was like, what you trying to do? You know what you're trying to do? Pump it up. Pump it up, Popham. All right. Ooh, this is malty. This is a malty dram. There's got to be some single malt in here. Just saying. This is malty. I think a little bit of sherry finish on this too. I get some raisin, a little chocolate. Top Shelf says, oh, order matters a heck of a lot, especially doing that many pours. Yeah, but again, remember, I didn't want to drink too much beforehand, so I'm kept my palate as fresh as I could when you're doing these 7. And, you know, you don't really know the proof of these, so it's hard to kind of guess. This is chocolatey, malty, raisiny. Oh, this smells like Bunnahabhain a little bit. I don't think there's Bunnahabhain in here, but it smells like it. Whoo! I'm digging this one. Cheers, guys. Here we go. Oh, that's lovely. It's actually a little tropical. I think I just got like a little hint of coconut in there. It's got like a coconut, chocolate, like an almond joy on the palate. Again, to go with like that dark raisin, the maltiness, the toast. Completely different than A, which I really like. That's what I expected with these Franken blends. So it's really going to come down to not only the flavor, but how creative the flavor gets for me. And B is just a really... There's a little bit of smoke on the very back end of it. It's delicate, but there's a lot of nuance to it. Whereas I think A is like a smack you in the face type of flavor profile. But B actually might be more layered, if that makes sense. I think there's a little bit more going on. That's nice. Lord, this is making me want to switch to Scotch, says Justin Jonas. Yeah, there was a peat bomb last year, ham turkey, for sure. Ben Hernandez, yum. Are you doing an M&J pick? I wish. This actually tastes good. Yeah, so Mash and Journey, we just released. We released our 2 Jack Daniels picks last week. Those sold out in an hour. They were gone. Good amount of bottles on those. And our next 2 picks, I think we're releasing. We did 2 Woodinville picks. We got 2 bottles of those. That'll be a lot of bottles for the patrons, which would be really cool. Both of them are just delicious Woodinville picks if you guys like Woodinville. And then we should be getting into the 2 4 gates. We have a 10-year toasted bourbon and a 9-year toasted rye. So let's see here. Hey, Jason, just remember when you get to my blend, it survived the fire. It was a decommissioned rickhouse. Also, unearthed rare barrels. Just saying it's pretty special. Shelby. I'll remember that, Shelby. All right. Let me write some notes down here for B. Malty, chocolate, raisin, a little coconut. I like that one. All right, let's go to C. How many bottles are coming for the Barrel King? So the new one that we're releasing with our cigar release will be, it's going to be over 200 bottles. So they'll be, because remember, we did a blend of a couple barrels of that. So C, I think, is along the lines of B, where we're seeing a little bit more maltiness, but it's a lot more delicate coming off of B. So C is a little bit. I did just have water. Let me give it a chance here. How in the hell can you pick from such random blends? I'm still amazed. Jack Daniels picks are so cheap. I'll take those over $120 Nulu every day of the week. Yeah, I totally get it. Trying to get a Barrel King and the smokes. Yeah, but yeah, they're going to be really good. Jason, do you do much blending experimentation on your own time? Jonathan, I do actually, and mainly I do them after like nights like this, where I'll have like a bunch of different bourbons and I'll try like blending some stuff that's left over to see what works, what doesn't work. I still think to this day my most successful blend was every bottled and bond bourbon I had, I blended. I took an ounce of every single bottled and bond bourbon I had in this room and put it in a blend, and it actually worked really nicely. And it's kind of an infinity blend, because, you know, obviously as I get more bottled and bond whiskeys and I drink my my original blend, I add a little bit more to it, which is nice. What's up, Big Vic? Yeah, look at Vic trying to bribe Jason. Story time in the house. All right, yeah. So C. C is peachy. There's like a peachiness vibe to it. Peach, and again, a little bit more maltiness, little chocolate, little like burnt toast. I think that's a little bit Scotch, maybe some Irish in there. Little pineapple. This is going to be hard to pick like the top three, because I'm really looking for, with Franken Blends, for me, it's uniqueness on top of like what it does on the palate. So peach, pineapple, malty. Oh, it's nice. I don't know if it stands up to A or B though. Let's see. The post live stream blending would make for a great Patreon content. Yeah, that might actually be coming tonight. So all you patrons that like to stay up late, I might do a Patreon only live stream following this tonight. All right. I think I got that one. Let's go to D here. One of my most surprising blends was 101. Eagle Rare and Jim Beam. Hazelnut Bomb. Oh, nice. That sounds good, actually. What's up, Will Henderson? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Cheers, brother. Not going to state the obvious, but hey, I'm sure we will meet again. Go Braves. Well, I mean, yeah, we'll see. We will see what happens. Again, the Mets have their shot. A surprising team. A little bit of good news for me, sport-wise, because usually I don't have a lot of good news sport-wise. How's everyone's NFL team doing? My Atlanta Falcons are surprising some folks at 2-2. They have a chance to go to first place if they can beat Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Bucks this week. I don't think Marcus Mariota is a great quarterback by any means. He barely threw the ball in the second half of last week's game, and I think that's why they won against Cleveland. They ran the shit out of the ball. I don't know if they're going to be able to do that against the Tampa Bay defense, but I think Atlanta has a shot to take them down a little bit, so we'll see what happens. I'm surprised by them. It's kind of fun to watch them when I can. Jason, have you tried any Old Forester single barrels? Thoughts? Mine is overly alcohol forward on the palate. Even after letting it get, yeah. Thunder Dan, that's the thing with the Old Foresters. Those are only 4 to 5 years old, so they're fucking harsh. They are harsh whiskeys, harsh bourbons when you try them. I think what you really have to know who's picking those Old Foresters. Some of them are just hot trash, just a dumpster fire of just heat and alcohol. Some of them do have some good flavors. I really like the one that we did for our channel. The Old Hockster. I thought that one was just the right amount of heat and flavor combined. But yeah, I mean, have you added water to it at least, Thunderdan? Has that made a difference at all? How about Trevor Lawrence without Urban Meyer? Yeah, kicking ass and taking names. Lions are going to the Super Bowl. Yeah, I don't think so, Dunny. Falcons have the same record as the Seahawks. Just saying, there's a lot of 2-2 teams, but Philadelphia is. I don't see a lot of people. Philadelphia is definitely coming out of the NFC. I think they're just fucking unbeatable. Those guys, they're freaking killing it. Jason, you and the girlfriend should come to New Orleans for the Falcons game. My buddy and I have season tickets with. Can't make it and selling his 2 tickets next to me. Oh yeah, that's right. They still have to play the Falcons in New Orleans. You know what? I might do that, Popham. Keep me posted on that. I might do that. All right, this is sample D. Sample D has a nose. I don't know if it's like this on the palate, but this is caramel apple, a ton of cinnamon. This is like the pumpkin spice blend. What the hell's in here? And it's like a strawberry apple. This is a crazy shit going on in this class. This is nice. Hey, Eagles all day, says the Whiskey Saint. All the old Philly Eagles will fall apart mid-season. Anybody believing in the Cowboys just yet? I don't think they really played anybody. I think Cooper Rush has done a good job, but I don't really think they played anybody that great to warrant, like, their defense is sick, though. I just don't know if they're going to score enough points as time goes on, but we'll see. Okay, who put Willet Purple Top in their blend? It doesn't smell like Willet. This is just all confectionery, dark fruit, sweet. This is a really nice nose. Let's see if it translates to the palate. Gotta love the D. That's all I'm saying. Ooh, D. The D. The D has Glass D reminds me of like a really good like Four Roses pick a little bit. It's got like this toffee, butterscotchy, peppery. Oh man, I gotta go back to that one. Cowboys won a 500 like the Lions. NBA preseason has started. Sorry, Egg Ball is. Next person to super chat after me. Get a hold of Jason with your info, and I'll make sure you get a sample of M&J Four Roses pick. Go. Oh shit, I like that. I like that. Please be sure to say Glass D and not the D. So yeah, sorry, John. What was I gonna say? Yeah, Jonathan. Yeah, we said the Saints may come out of the NFC. They're like shit right now. Jeez. Yeah, Micah is a monster, man. So Top Shelf Dustin, the NBA. I can't watch the NBA anymore. The NBA is it's a Spanish novella disguised as a pro basketball league. These guys bitch and moan more than any fucking athletes I've ever seen in my life. They always have something to say, something to complain about. They're fucking all divas. Like, enough. They don't... Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, LeBron. I love LeBron, by the way, but LeBron and countless other NBA guys. It's all about what they fucking tweeted, what they said in the paper, what they said in an interview, who wants out, who wants to be traded. It's all bullshit. It's a grown man's. I mean, it's like this far away from the WWE. It's so fucking dramatic. It's like I'm over it. Really am. Oh shit! Will Henderson. Wait, what? EJ, cheers. There you go. Adam Henson gives a quarter super chat. A patented Mash and Drum rant. Everybody, yeah. NBA is worth watching in May and June only. Yeah, dude. Whatever's in Glass D is really good. I have no idea about any of that news and tweets. I just watch the games and ignore the rest. But yes, there's some divas. Can't disagree. Yeah, it's just the D is really good. All right. That is balance. It's spice. I'm going to say it's 4 Rosy. I'm not sure if there's 4 roses in it, but it definitely reminds me a little bit of 4 Roses. Like a single barrel pick. And you know what, Dustin? That's probably the best way to watch the NBA because, you know, all you hear is all the crap that they talk about. Who wants to be traded? Who wants to go where? Who's unhappy? It's like enough with the NBA. Those guys need to fucking grow up. Just saying. I mean, I know they're young players and that's what they do, but all right, let's go to E. So who's my favorite in the running so far? I would say out of the first 4 I've had, right now it's A, B, and D. Those 3. I don't think C's gonna make it. C's a little bit flat compared to these other ones, but A, B, and D so far. If I had to rank them, I might go. I don't have to taste them again, but I might go D, A, B maybe, or even D, B, A, kind of in that realm. We'll see. We'll see how it shakes out. I got 3 more to taste though before we get to the rankings here. NBA is a no-go for me. As long as I get to see Jokic passing, I'll be watching. And come on, gotta love Giannis. He's not tough. Yeah, Giannis, I totally respect. That dude doesn't say shit. He just goes out and he balls every day of the week. Love it. Love Giannis. All right, E is probably the most unique on the nose that I've had so far. Jason, tell us how you really feel about the NBA. I'm just saying. First of all, I'm a huge Knicks fan. I grew up in New York, love the Knicks. The Knicks haven't been relevant for like 25 years. So the Knicks are terrible. Ooh, this one has like a really interesting smokiness to it. Ooh. It's like a barbecue sauce thing going on in this one. It's smoky. It's sweet. I haven't really watched the NBA since Jordan won it with the Bulls, and sadly I lost interest in NCAA after Pitino went down. Love the game. It's hard to find. I love college basketball. I think I like college basketball more than the NBA. I mean, as long as it's like, you know, once you get into the Sweet 16. Let me rephrase that. I like March Madness. Oh, that's like one of my favorite things of the year, for sure. Get strong. If DJ doesn't take it, I will. Jason has my info. There you go. Blue Run is the proud spots for the NBA. Hell, Jason. Yeah, it's hockey season too. Hockey season's starting. I fucking love hockey. My New York Rangers. I do root a little bit for the Columbus Blue Jackets. Let's try this one. This one smells incredible on the nose. Wow, E is... You want to talk about something unique? He's got it. It's smoky but sweet. It's not overly smoky. It's got some nuance to it. Let's go Ducks, says Big Pig's Backyard Barbecue. Are they still a team? The Ducks still a team? Shit. Man, E is really nice. Ooh. E has like this cotton candy, smoky, sweet, rye spice, all the things going on. Damn. That actually reminds me a little bit of the Unforgotten from Wild Turkey. I don't know who the fuck blended E, but that's really nice. E's got a lot of, that's a lot of nuance there too. I love this in just a whiskey in general. It's dark and light at the same time. It's got oak, it's got like chocolate and molasses, but then it's got like the brighter side. It's got sweet, it's got cotton candy, it's got all the, and then just from front to back, all just spice. This E is going to be hard to beat, I think. E is really nice. That's a fantastic blend. Whatever E is, that's really good. E, I thought I liked Glass D. E though, woo. Can't wait to find out. Now these two, look at these dark suckers. Damn. That's all I'm gonna say is damn. I need a glass of water. Holy shit. Super chat coming in. Thank you guys so much for the super chats. I appreciate it. If you guys haven't done yet, please like the video below. Appreciate it. We get CJ. We get Johnny Hockey. I've been watching the CJ since they were founded, and it's the most excited I've ever been for a season. Yeah, I'm ready this year. I'm ready to go to a couple games. I went to the Ohio State game over the weekend. A couple of my buddies were in from New York. We had a blast. We went to the game. We saw Ohio State completely dismantle Rutgers. It was a lot of fun. I always forget how fun, going to the Ohio State games are. We tailgated, drank a lot. I had the gratuitous, Buckeye shot, which is, screwball peanut butter whiskey and some Godiva chocolate whiskey. Godiva chocolate liqueur, I should say. It's a liqueur. You kind of mix those two, you get a nice little Buckeye shot. Yeah, I had that shit, and it was delicious. I love peanut butter cups. Let's see here. When are they going to do Aaron Judge's drug test? That guy doesn't take. Do you really think he needs to take anything? Then that's not happening. Avalanche, CBJ are the farm team for the Rangers. Yeah, basically, Kyle. When I moved here from New York, when I got here, like half the team were like former Rangers. And you had John Tortorella, who's the coach, who was the Rangers coach. It's like I never left New York. It was kind of nice. Yeah, G looks like maple syrup. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy dark. I know. Very nice. I'm a big Arbit fan. I'm currently sipping Russell's 13. Jason inspired me to go turkey. All right. Let's get into these dark suckers. F. As in F-U. Torts. Oh, and this smells dark. Wow. That is oak, dark fruit, and coffee bean. Oh, shit. That tastes like either Beam or Heaven Hill to me. It's got a nuttiness quality to it that I think. It's a little bit of a dusty funk. Dusty, maybe a Jim Beam or Heaven Hill. This has some real nice like oak presence to it. This is far on the older side, I think, to the others that were. A might have some age to it, honestly. There's a lot of punch to it, though. Letter F tastes like a really, really good Knob Creek pick, where you have all the nuttiness, but there's like this really like big burst of like raspberry and dark fruit to it. So it's got kind of, it's like what I used to look for in really good Knob Creek picks, when you have all the DNA of a really good Knob Creek, and then all of a sudden it goes into, you get like that nice like burst of dark fruit flavor. That's where F is taking me. Judge would have 2 less home runs if he played in any other park besides Yankee Stadium. Just saying, wink, wink. To only 2 less. Only 2 less. Yeah, I mean, let's face it. Yankee Stadium's a bandbox. I mean, but you could say this though. Yankee Stadium was normally built for left-handed hitters who could, hit that short porch. Aaron Judge is a right-hand hitter, and he hits it. He hits home runs all over the park. So you can't really say that, if he wasn't a lefty or if he, wasn't playing Yankee Stadium, he wouldn't hit home runs. The guy hit home runs all over the place this year. So F is really good. I mean, I don't know if it's like super unique. I don't know if I would put it in the unique camp, because I feel like I've had that with like a good Knob Creek pick. I know whoever blended this, I I would say that Adrian over Whiskey Mountains would absolutely love the shit out of this, for sure. Mash and Drum, do you keep the ball and sell it or give it back? Listen, I mean, I'm not fucking around here. I would give it back. I would give it back. It's Aaron Judge's ball. It's a record. He's the one that hit it out. It belongs to him, or it at least belongs to the Yankees to do something. As much as I hate the fucking Yankees, you know, if I was a real dick, I'd just fucking take the ball and I'd throw it in the Hudson River. But I wouldn't do that. I would give it. I wouldn't really want it. You know what I would do? I would probably trade it, give it back to Aaron Judge, give me a signed jersey, maybe a signed bat from Aaron Judge, and here's your ball. Like, cherish it. Go to the Baseball Hall of Fame. That's what I would do with it. I mean, honestly, it's not. I don't know. I would feel weird about hawking it for, like, you know, a couple $1 million, even though that's life-changing money. I don't know. I didn't hit the ball. I just was lucky enough to catch it. That doesn't mean I should earn a shit ton of money off of it. That belongs to Aaron Judge, honestly. Hey, what's up, Trev? 100% sell it, says Jimmy McGill. Sell that shit. Give it to him. Get that money. So far, I haven't had an earnest subscribe as Rickhouse Angle Share, which you might hear next week when my blend takes the top 3. Or keep it, don't sell it. Give it back, and then we'll give you some cool stuff anyway. Yeah, I think they would. It's not Judges, though. It's MLB property, Jason. Yeah, but no, that's a cop-out. You can't say it's MLB property. I mean, yeah, technically it is, but he hit the ball. He broke the record. Everyone's been following it and chasing it. Like, you know, the ball belongs to him. You could say that about anything, though, in any sport. You catch a puck, you know, just because. I mean, how many foul balls go into the stadium? I mean, people keep those. Some people, you know, they give back the balls when people got their first hit. I mean, if people get the balls back for their first hit, their first double, their first home run, what makes that any less significant than just because Aaron Judge's was a 62 or 61 or the game record home run? That belongs to it belongs to baseball, which is, you kind of prove my point. It's MLB property. It belongs to either the MLB or back to Aaron Judge. So, or maybe I would actually ask for season tickets so my mom can go to whatever game she wants. Buy a second house, fill it with whiskey. It is their property legally, is what I'm saying. Judge will never own that baseball. I mean, unless the MLB says, yes, it's yours. But I mean, even if that guy comes back and gives it to Judge, you think the MLB is going to come back and be like, hey, that's ours? I don't think they would do that. Unless Judge wants it to be in the Hall of Fame, which then it definitely becomes, you know, property of the MLB. All right. Letter G. What's up, Jason? Moving away from the OH next week and headed to Nashville. Guess I got to go hang with John and Zeke now. Dad's Drinking Bourbon podcast. Yeah, which they would never do, DJ. Totally. D. Jonesy. Totally agree. Selling the ball is the same problem with bourbon. They don't have a love for the sport. If you love or passionate about the sport, you ensure enough Judge gets the ball, though, without compensation. Yeah. So we were just talking about Rickhouse smells, Wise Guy Whiskey Guy, and here it is. Look how dark that is. This is, I mean, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I think there is some very, very heavy sherry in that blend, because it's all it tastes like is chocolate and raisins and dates and more raisins. That's all it is. There is very, very heavy sherry in that blend. Whoever's blend that is, that has some very heavy sherry in it. Whether it be sherry scotch, a sherry bourbon, this is actually Top Shelf Dustin. If you're watching, this reminds me a little bit of the that Cavalon single cask. Holy hell. It's fucking delicious though. It's really good. I mean, it's hard to get past the sherry influence. I mean, for me, it's like it's all chocolate, it's all raisin. Jesus. Yeah, it does. It looks like that Kabbalah. I mean, it really, and it tastes a little bit like it too. But it's got a little bit of like a darker, it's a little bit more chocolate than the Kabbalah, which is, holy crap. It's like praline. Will Henderson. Oh my God, you jerk. Dansby Swanson. That guy fucking murdered the Mets. Yeah, I wouldn't pay anything. I wouldn't pay anything for it. I'll trade it for, I'll trade that ball for, a bag of cotton, maybe. A bag of Q-tips. A bag of balls. A bag of mellow corn. Just useless shit. I'll take that ball off your hands for all that useless shit you can take. Oh my God. If someone put Kabbalah in there, I'm quitting. All right. It's time to start narrowing these down. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go reverse order. I'm going to take a quick sip of each and kind of find the ones that just kind of explode on the palate here a little bit. ADHD Whiskey says the only thing I catch is COVID. Yeah, Malort. We'll do a little Malort. This is like a box of sun-made raisins. That's what I'm drinking. It's liquefied sun-made raisins. Friggin' Matt. All right, let's go back here. This was kind of like the dusty, like Knob Creek. Wow, I'm getting all peanut butter now. Coming off of that, going in reverse, man, it went all peanut butter. There's got to be some Knob Creekish Heaven Hill shit in that. All right, let's go to E, which I really liked. I think I remember right. E, what did I write there? Oh yeah, E was the blend. E was really nice. D. Wow, going back to D over E now? D is the shit. D is the shit. I think D is definitely going to be in the top 3 tonight, guys. D is really nice. It's got the perfect amount of spice and sweet. That's really good. All right, let's go to C here. As good as C is, it's just a little too light compared to the other ones. It's a beautiful blend, but man, just, yeah, creakish, Wigmaster. It's a thing, creakish. I just don't think C is going to have the oomph to stand up to some of these. Yeah, C is a nice blend, but it's just, I want more of the flavor that I'm getting right in the front of the palate. It just dies too quick. So, I'm just going to take C out right away. So I don't even have to kind of think about that one. I mean, I was really impressed with B. Malty. Yeah, I get even more of that coconut coming off of it now. Coconut, chocolate, almond joy. I'm getting a little pineapple in that now too. I use Malort as a cologne. If Malort made a cologne, I know everybody in this fucking chat would wear that shit. I know you guys would. A little behind the ears. Yeah, baby, that's called Malort. It's got real bits of Malort in it. All right, let's go to A here. I remember A being a complete monster when going through this. All right, so A, which I really liked in the beginning, starting to fall a little short here. Yeah, A is a lot of proof. It's got a lot of... There's some really great flavor on A up front, but it just doesn't develop enough for me. It just kind of, meh, it just kind of dies. It's very like 2 or 3 note. %of the time, it works every time. Yeah, I think compared to some of these other ones, I'm probably going to eliminate A. So I think A and C are out. So A and C are out. We're down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5. I got to eliminate 2 more of these. I mean, better yet, which are my favorites so far? I think E easily. I'm sorry, D. D is definitely making it to the top. D is delicious. D for delicious. D is delightful, delicious. Now it's kind of narrowing down the other 2 here because B is really good. I love the raisin on this last one here. They're all really different. E is somewhere in between. I think F's gonna have a hard time because it's just as good as it is. And it is really good. I just don't know if it's unique enough. B is starting to fall flat a little bit now too. I mean, I love B, but E is really good. All right. E's definitely making it in. It's down to these 3 now. D and E are moving on to the top 6. To the Sweet 6. No team. Mash and Drum, you better narrow it down too before you fall off your chair. I'm feeling fine right now, honestly, guys. I'm just, you know, like I said, I didn't want to drink a lot pre this. I really wanted to keep my palate fresh for tasting all these. Yeah, I got the Z-Biotics tonight. Definitely, it works. Z-Biotics works. These are gonna have to break down to nose and palate. God, no, just G is ridiculous. B, very good malty blend. F, F is that Knob Creek-ish, Heaven Hill-ish, a little bit of raspberry, and then G, I might have to go with G. G has like this cherry cola raisin spice thing going on that is absolutely insane. Compared to these 2, this is the most unique. And I think that's what I'm looking for in the Franken Blends. So I think these are my top 3. So tonight, first round of Blendageddon, I think we got our top 3 guys. So A, B, C, and F have been eliminated for the Franken Blend competition, with G, E, and D moving on to the next round, to the finals already. Okay, let's go F, Knob Creekish one. I think that's mine, says Whiskey Mountains. Okay, so now remember, when you guys taste what you blend, it might not be what I taste. I'm just saying. But man, G is delicious. So where did she say she left the thing here? Hold on a second. Okay. So it's in here somewhere. There it is. All right. Here's the answer key. So, real quick, guys, drum roll before we get to the final reveals here. Again, I just want to show you the bracket. So here on the left side, Big Vic's Dusty Frankenstein, Shane Long, Storytime Monster, Terrence Scott, You Gotta Be Frankin' Me, Oisin Hayes with Philly's Own Paddy Wagon, Bo's Wine Guy with Not Your Father's Dram, Dan Trout with Chili Vanilla, and Adam Dorman's Redemption are all in the running tonight. So let's see who's making it to those top 3 to advance to the final 6. Who will be a monster blender or in the running to be? Here we go. This is my favorite. I'm going to change up the music a little bit here. Here we go. I'm going to put on my 80s jam. 80s jam. Here we go. Drop that beat. The first one eliminated, letter A, was Shane Long's Storytime Monster. Shane Long's Storytime Monster. This was the one that had a lot of proof to it, a lot of flavor, but when it came to the nuance and the just like I was looking for more flavors from it, it just fell a little bit short. Overall, it's a very, very good blend, but it was very straight through. You know, I'm curious what the proof of that was because it didn't have a lot of finish on it. Let me go. I think he actually submitted. Yeah, here it is. So let's find out what's in his blend. The schlong drops. So let's see what's in this blend here. So in his blend, the Storytime Twins Barrel MGP, the Storytime Cognac Finish, which on its own is a fucking killer bottle, Storytime Port Finish, the NASA Family Reserve Stout Finish, the Old Dragon Bones, which is one of the best ryes I've had this year, the Christmas Obtainium Light Finish in KBBS. Wow, that's a lot of different shit in there, a lot of different finishes. Sometimes when you blend all those finishes, it just doesn't always kind of come through a little bit. I got the chocolate, I got the cherry, I got the molasses, I got the cordial, but it just wasn't hanging on long enough to, you know, to make a huge impact here. But really, really, really nice blend. Let me lower that a little bit. All right. Next one is B. B was oh so close to coming into the finals. I mean, it was close. It just came off a little bit soft. B belongs to Bo's Wine Guy, Not Your Father's Dram. Bo's Wine Guy, what was in that blend? I got malty, I got chocolate, I got raisin, I got coconut. I'm guessing it was single malt forward. So Bo's Wine Guy, please, I don't remember seeing what was in the blend, like written down. So let me know in the chat what was in it. You don't have to go like with proportion. Just let me know the whiskeys that was in that blend. Bo's Wine Guy, it was close. You were on the precipice. But that's a damn fine whiskey. Yeah, Bo's Wine Guy. Let me know what's in that blend, man. I'll wait for you to put that in there. In the meantime, letter C, Paddy Whack. So Paddy Whack to me was which belonged to Mr. Oisin Hayes. Was very tropical to me. I'm guessing that Oisin used some Irish whiskey in that blend. Let me see. Oh, he actually put it in here. Here we go. I sent in the key. You picked up almost all the notes on that one. Says Bo's Wine Guy. You did send me the key. Yeah, I don't know if I just didn't see it in the box. But let me know what that is. Okay, so Bo's Wine Guy says Boona 12, which you called. Oban 14. Dickel. There's Dickel in there? What? Hill Rock Bourbon, Glenlivet, Nedora, and Benriach. Makes total sense, dude. Total sense. That's delicious. You get that little bit of smoke on the back end of that one, dude. You were right there. It was so close. It just needed a little bit more oomph in the final. Yeah, the smoke on the finish was the Oban 14. Dude, that's a really interesting blend. For you to blend, anyone that's brave enough to put Dickel in the blend is amazing. Real quick, just to let all you guys know, whoever submitted a blend for the Franken Blend whiskey is going to get a t-shirt. I'm actually going to have Big League Baseball make me a shirt. I'm sorry, Big League Bourbon, the channel, make me a shirt designed just for you guys for submitting a blend. So I want to say thank you very much. So everybody will get a shirt. So cheers to you guys. Sure, I'll turn on the music a bit. Just can't get enough of that 80s shit, can you? I mean, if you're brave enough to put fucking Dickel in there with a Boona 12, that's nuts. Yeah, wow. Okay. So, I should say Oisin Hayes, who had the Paddywhack. I thought there was some Irish in there. Let's see what's in this blend. Come on. Redbreast 12 cast strength. Redbreast 12-year cast strength. Blue Spot 7-year. The whole thing was fucking. Oh my god! It's 4. Guys, check this shit out. Single pot Irish still whiskey. Redbreast 12-year cast strength. Blue Spot 7-year cast strength. Red Spot 15-year, and the Irishman 17-year, and then to finish off, he threw a Bull Run. He threw the Whack Attack in there, the 13-year-old MGP light whiskey. Holy shit. That is single pot still and single malt Irish whiskey with a dash of 13-year MGP light whiskey. Dude, this was so tropical on the... That's a sick blend. And you know what, Oisin, it came off that way. It came off like a total Irish blend to me. It was a lot of pineapple, a lot of mango, coconut, all of that stuff that you get in Irish whiskey. Shit. Really, really nice. Yeah, those are some bottles. That's a sick blend. Damn. And right on the very end, you get the sherry, I think, from the Redbreast. On that great blend. I mean, OH says I tried. OH, I mean, you did more than try. That was really, really good. It just, again, guys, I mean, when it comes to these blends, I am nitpicking. I am absolutely nitpicking these blends. So all of them, all the blends tonight were absolutely delicious. So that brings us to the last one, letter F. Who had letter F? So letter F was the letter F. I thought was the Knob Creek, Heaven Hill possible, like, you know, it had like a peanutty with like a hint of fruit to it. Oh man, oh man. Letter F belongs to Big Vic, the Dusty Frankenstein. I'm so sorry, Big Vic. I love Big Vic. Big Vic, I believe you emailed me the components for this. Let me see here. I didn't look at them. I didn't want to look at them. Let's see here. Big Vic. Where is his blend here? Oh, Blendageddon. There it is. All right, yeah, Blendageddon. All right, yeah. Let me see if I can find it through here. Where's Big Vic's thing here? Vic, where the hell is your? Where the hell are your? Where is your list of things? Vic, just tell me what you have in it in the chat. What was in there, man? Vic, what was in your blend for the? What was in your blend for the for this one? It's all good, bro. Vic, just tell me in the chat. You don't have to give me proportions. Just let me know what was in there. Is there had to be some Knob Creek, Kevin Hill shit in that? If not, then I'd be really surprised. So let me know. Big Vic says it's 29 bottles. 29 bottles in that blend? Holy shit. Wow. Okay. Yeah, 29. I'm like, yeah, Knob Creek, Heaven Hill. He's like, guess what? It's 29. All right. So that means, let's take these out here. So that means moving on to the finals. Dan Trout with Chili Vanilli. We're not going to find out what's in their blend yet till the end, guys. But Chili Vanilli from Dan Trout moves on to the finals. Along, Adam Dorman gets a little bit of redemption as his blend moves on. And letter G, You Gotta Be Franken Me from Terrence Scott. Terrence Scott has that fucking raisin shit in the glass. E, Redemption, Adam Dorman, which I thought was an absolutely delicious blend. And then not too far behind was Dan Trout's Chili Vanilli. Wow. Congrats to all three of you for moving on. Like I said, everybody is going to get a special Franken Blend shirt, Blendageddon, once Chris is done with it. But my goodness gracious. Amazing blends tonight. Amazing entries. Good job to everybody. Congrats. Let's take a look at the bracket one more time before we call it a night. And here it is. So Terrence Scott's going to move on along with Dan Trout and Adam Dorman next week. Next week right here, William Davilar, the gentleman's blend, a gentleman's bet, I should say, goes on. Wise Guy, Whiskey Guy, Barrel Aged Soda Pop, Jimmy McGill with Sippin' Jimmy, Cole Wolfson, Crossing the Finish Rhine, AW with I don't think it's Bam. I think it's Wee Bum. I think it's Wee Bum. And Eric McDaniels with the Celtic Cannoli Crusher. And Rob Shields with Well Kiss My Thistle. All goes next week. So some hitters next week going right here on the Mash and Drum. Holy shit, guys. Damn. We'll do the same thing next week. I'll probably break out some new bottles, use some news, and then the last hour we'll get into the other 7 for the Frankenstein blends of Blendageddon. Again, congrats to Dusty Dam, Adam Dorman, and who had the third one, which was and Adam Dorman, of course. Adam Dorman, Dusty Dan, and Terrence Scott. Guys, congratulations. You guys are moving on. I want to thank everyone who tuned in tonight. Again, as a really quick recap, a lot of new bottles are hitting this week, I should say, this month into next month. Try to find that Pappy. As ADHD Whiskey says, bring me to Pappy. Only kidding. If you have a chance to get that Master's Keep, I think you'll really enjoy it. So far, it's really delicious. Look for my full review on that next week on Monday. Like, subscribe, share with your friends. YouTube.com/themashanddrum. Tell your friends. I am working my way to 75,000 subscribers. Absolutely love you guys. And as I always say, it's not about the whiskey, it's the people you share it with. Totally love you guys. Patrons, if you're still awake, I'm about to go live to recap all of it. Cheers. Thank you. See you next time right here on the Mash and Drum. See you guys next week.